Hi guys, Stasia Petralia here. I'm your local naturopath from Healing Naturally with Stasia. I'm here today to talk to you about lentils. So, this is one of my favourite foods. It has been ever since I was a kid. I used to love my mum's lentils. It was just my favourite food. So, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about those. So, this is my slow cooker. And I've already popped some lentils in here. I gave them a bit of a rinse. Added a bunch of onions, added a bunch of pepper, and a whole stack of garlic powder. So, they taste absolutely amazing, just done simply. One thing that you want to know about lentils, now you can do them on the standard saucepan as well. One thing you want to know about lentils, or learn about lentils, is that when you are cooking them, add your spices, add your pepper, add whatever else you want to add into it, but don't add the salt. Because if you add the salt right off the bat, like in the beginning, focus, there we go, look at them. If you add the salt in the beginning, see the outsides of the lentils there? The salt makes them get really, really hard, which makes it really hard for the water to penetrate. So that increases your cooking time. And we don't want that. I mean, no. But, yeah, so if you add your salt at the end, that's a much better thing to do because it cooks faster and you just season them at the end with salt. And speaking of salt, I've got something to tell you about that too, which is quite interesting. Stay. Okay, where's the salt? Here's the salt. So you've got your, hang on, let me turn this around. Okay, so here's your salt, right? This contains two minerals, right? Sodium and chloride. And there's so much better salts out there. We don't want that. There we go. So that's nicely on the floor. And the lid is closed. So that's good. No mess for me. Okay, let's turn this thing around again. Okay, focus this. So, this is Celtic sea salt. This is my favourite salt. Why does it make it my favourite salt? Celtic sea salt contains 82 minerals, and it is nowhere near as sharp tasting as that table salt over there on the ground. Himalayan rock salt, 82 to 84 minerals. So basically table salt is pretty much the crappiest salt that you could possibly get because it contains just sodium and just chloride, but it also contains something else. It's a anti-caking free flow agent, also known as E554. Don't take my word for it though. Go to the supermarket, pick up some salt, or go to your pantry, pick up some salt, and then see the ingredients in it. Have a look. What's inside table salt? E554. What is E554? Well, it helps the salt to not clump together, so it makes it really, really easy for you to be sprinkling salt all over your food and to spread it in a nice, sort of consistency. Basically, what it is it's sodium aluminosilicate, and it contains sodium, silicon, oxygen, and aluminium. That kind of sucks. So, specifically the synthetic amorphous sodium aluminosilicate. Yeah, so that's added aluminium inside your diet that you don't really want, even though we're pretty good at excreting it out if it's through the gastrointestinal tract. Still, I mean, it's added in there. You know that it tends to build up in the brains, that kind of thing, contributes towards Alzheimer's disease and many other different things. Anyway, going back to the salt. Table salt, being only composed of two minerals, so sodium and chloride, causes an imbalance in the body at a cellular level. Also, sodium chloride is strong. They cause our taste buds to become numb so that we can't really taste our foods properly or normally. So, see, it's not just what salt does to the taste buds, because other things can numb them and kill them as well. So people who drink alcohol, for example, can numb and damage our taste buds. Smoking can kill them and also damages them, makes them a bit more flatter, so that you can't really perceive all the wonderful taste that there is in our foods properly or fully. Too much sugar in the diet can do that. Cleaning with hard chemicals, breathing those chemicals in. People with smell disorders, being overweight, can also mess with your taste receptors on your tongue. So basically, if you're a salt user, the more that you add, the more that you need to make it taste better, because of what it's doing to your taste receptors, your taste buds. My choice of salt is Celtic sea salt. Why do I like Celtic sea salt so much? Well, compared to, say, Himalayan salt, for example. Aside from the fact that it tastes amazing, although Himalayan salt tastes amazing too. I mean, you saw earlier that I have both of them. So, okay, what's the difference between both of them? Celtic sea salt, well, aside from the fact that it contains 82 minerals, Himalayan salt also contains 82 minerals. Some say 84 minerals. And you might think, well, this must be better. But what's the ratio? Himalayan salt's sodium chloride ratio is about 87%, whereas Celtic sea salt ratio is, the sodium chloride ratio is 80%. So you're looking at a lower ratio of sodium to chloride, which means that there's a lot more space there for the really, really good minerals. So basically you're getting better, a more increased amount of all the other minerals that your body can use. So, but, however, both of them are still way better than table salt, because that only contains 2. Just remember that. It contains 2 and not 82, which is what we want. Table salt. We don't want that. Chloride's really good for things like helping with the manufacture of hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid is what sits in our stomachs, and it helps to us digest our food, break it down a little bit, kill pathogens and stuff like that. So when it's at a really low number, meaning it's very high acidic, so like a 1 or 2, that's really, really good. But when you're starting to get to more towards 3, 4, 7 is neutral, 7 is neutral. So when you're getting on the higher end, you don't want it to be more neutral, because it's not going to kill pathogens, it's not going to kill bad bacteria, and it's not going to digest your food. Instead, it's just going to sit in there and ferment and cause a whole bunch of other problems, and we don't want that. So, okay, so chloride's awesome. It helps us digest our foods. So you're probably wondering, what are the other 2, the other 82 minerals that are contained within Celtic sea salt? Well, you're looking at things like calcium, potassium, magnesium. Now, it's got like a few different magnesiums in it. So magnesium bromide, magnesium sulfate, magnesium chloride. It also contains iron, manganese, zinc, sulfate bicarbonate, borate, and many others in minute quantities. Because of the 3 different magnesiums that it does contain, magnesium tends to love water. We'll grab onto it, hold onto it, and bring it in. So it's really, really good with bringing it into the cells. So if there's any athletes out there or people who like to train and who tend to drink those sports drinks, which are pretty much a waste of money, don't really need them. If you have, say, Celtic sea salt and you put a little bit on your tongue and then you drink a cup of water, it hydrates you a heck of a lot faster. The body is quite a fascinating and amazing biological organism, and it's a lot like a machine, but way better. And all those different minerals being inside the Celtic sea salt and even in the Himalayan sea salt, they just work synergistically together inside the body, whereas you've got your table salt and it's only 2 minerals. And if you're getting an overabundance of, say, sodium, for example, right, and you're not eating enough vegetables, so you're not getting enough potassium, which is usually found inside the cell, and then sodium is outside the cell, basically too much sodium is going to increase. Sodium inside the cell is going to increase, and your cell's going to swell. That can contribute towards high blood pressure. Now, there's many other factors in high blood pressure. Other things contribute towards it as well. But if we're just, say, looking at salt, that can happen. That can also cause water retention, swollen feet, that kind of thing too. an interesting thing as well is the fact that if you're not getting enough salt, then the exact same thing can happen. You'd think, oh no, the cell would shrivel up. No, it doesn't shrivel up. It swells. Really weird. So having no salt in your diet means that the cell's sodium drops and the cell swells again. Kind of the opposite of what you were thinking of, huh? So an interesting thing happened to me a few weeks ago. See, I was making myself lunch and I accidentally oversalted using, not Himalayan, I used Celtic sea salt. I oversalted my chicken that I was cooking and the vegetables that it was in. Now, me being who I am, I tend to hate waste. So I ate it anyway, even though I was like, oh God, it's so salty, but I'm still eating it because it's like, well, I was hungry. I wasn't going to make myself something else. Bugger that. Anyway, so I did that. And then when I went to pick the kids up and I slid my feet inside my shoes, then I was walking. It was like my shoes were really loose, like really loose. And I just went, huh, that's really interesting. The fact that, because before I was doing this special dietary plan that I'm on, my feet would swell a little bit more than usual, a little bit more than normal. And so this swelling, in effect, I mean, they didn't feel swollen before, that's just it. They didn't look swollen, they didn't feel swollen, but the fact that they were really loose inside my shoes, that's just interesting. So the more salt that I had, because I tend not to salt my stuff very much, just a little bit, but I guess I probably should be adding a bit more salt. So there you go, my little spin about salt and lentils, one of my favourite yummy things. Yes, like this video, share this video, that would be awesome. Comment, whatever, that's cool. Alrighty, bye-bye. Look at my lentils, bubbling nicely. The smell is so yummy. Let's take the lid off. Holy cow, whoa. We're foggy. Might need to add some more water. Yummy!